Hello, everyone. I just wanted to hop on here and give you a little bit of a video review on what we did last week. It was called race writing, and it's where you use it in those structured responses that you guys have on your TFAR and your interim. Remember how the last one you had was about the word, what was it? It was portable. Remember how you guys wrote in that blank piece of paper and it said, or a blank part of your TFAR, and it said, tell me which sentence it showed where the word portable was and how it was used. Well, a lot of you did just put the word portable. You started off with a lowercase t. But this time we are going to practice showing you what it looks like from here on out. So what you'll need today for this video is you're going to need your notebook and a pencil or pen. Show it to me in your microphone or in your show me up in the camera, count to 5 and then snap it back. So go ahead and get your notebook out and your pencil or pen, because you were going to write in it today as practice so that you have an example in case you needed to see it when you get to the interim next week. Okay. So why do we do race? RACE. Well, we need to do a couple of things, and we're going to be doing it in 2 sentences together. Okay. Or you can do one compound sentence with a center word or a conjunction word, and you can put a comma before that, or you can just have 2 periods. Okay, so you'll have 2 sentences today. So get ready with your notebook and your pencil. Okay, so remember how we talked about, remember that on the TFAR on October 10th, and it talked about the word portable? And you had to go back into that paragraph, and you had to find where it talked about the word portable and what it meant. Well, instead of just jotting down a few words, you're now going to use the race strategy. Okay, you're going to use it so that you can turn it around and spin that question into a correct sentence using some of the words that are in the question. So let's first go over what R, A, and CE mean, and then we'll talk about what you do. Okay, so the first 2 are actually just thought things, and then the last 2 are the actual action where you're going to be writing. Okay, so the R at the top says restate the question. So restate or reword the question and turn it into a statement. So let's say we're going to use that question. What does the term portable mean in the paragraph 13? Well, what you would do is that you would definitely use all of those words to restate in your sentence. Either you're going to say, according to the passage in paragraph 2, the word portable means blah, 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 and then you'll put a period, okay? Instead of just saying portable means lowercase, blah, 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 you're now going to turn it around and make it into a complete sentence with a capital letter at the first word and a period at the end, okay? The A stands for answer the question. What is being asked? So the question that we use in our example is, it said, what sentence does the word portable make sense in the actual paragraph? Okay, so that was the word. So you answer the question. So how are we going to answer it? Well, we're going to go cite the information, which is C. C says cite the source. Tell where you found examples and details in the text. You can say in paragraph 2, the text states, or the author says. So get practicing. Why don't you pick one? Pick in paragraph, whatever, or you can pick the text states, or you can pick the author says. So go ahead and pick one that you want to start off your question with, okay? If it says in paragraph 7 or 13 or 2, it doesn't matter. You just say, you can say in paragraph 2, and then whatever number it is, or you can say the text states, or you can say the author says. So this way we know that you know how to go back and find the answer, and you know how to put it in a complete sentence with one complete thought. Okay? So you're going to cite the source, and cite just means you're going to find. You're going to cite the source where you found your information, but I want you to pick one of the 3 example sentence starters. In paragraph 2, the text states, or the author says. So pick one of those and write it down. I have my pen and notebook. I'm going to put the text states because that one I can remember easier on the tests. So you're going to start off with one of those three. Okay, that's the first sentence. Then when you're restating you're restating the actual question, you're going to give evidence. All right, so you're going to use either, for example, this shows, this means, or I believe. Okay, you're going to give evidence from the text to support your answer. So in that case of the word portable, you're going to answer with the number one says the text states that the sentence in that paragraph or whatever paragraph it was states that portable means this. Okay. Then you're going to give evidence and you're going to put either, for example, this shows, we're under the last E, we're under explain. Now give evidence that you found it. This shows, this means, I believe. I like I believe because you can remember that. And so I like it too. I like the I believe because that way, or I think. Remember how we used I think today? So pick one from the C part and pick one from the E part. Pick one from the C part, which means find the sentence you want to use today. And then you'll find, then you go to E where it says explain and choose one of those sentence starters. For example, this shows, this means, or I believe. And I like I believe because it's easy to remember, right? All right, so it says, let's practice. All right. So we're going to read this story all about emojis, but we're going to do it a little backwards. Okay, so you ready? We're going to do something a little backwards. I'm going to read you the race writing from down below, and you tell me if it's missing something, if I need to add something else. Did I find the text evidence? Did I also cite it from what part of the paragraph? Did I do two sentences or did I do one? Okay, so let's see what the race answer is, okay? So at the top it says, the question is, why does the author think emojis are good? Well, let's jump down to my answer first and you tell me if you like it. Oh, I used the cite one. Look, it says according to the passage. It says according to the passage. We're at the very, very bottom. According to the passage, or you could have said the text states, the reason why the author thinks emojis are good is you can use them for anything, comma, they are fun and they can say what they mean for less. All right, so be thinking about my sentence. You haven't read the passage yet. Look at my sentence at the bottom. So am I missing a sentence? Yes. I did have a comma, but I need to put an and in there at the end, right? So I need to have two sentences, not just one. But I liked how I started out with the C, the citing, the text evidence, because I put according to the passage. Or you can put the text states, okay? So that is how you're going to write these short responses from this day forward. You're going to have it in two sentences, okay? So the first one is you say, according to the passage, you go back and find it. And then you can say, according to the text or according to the passage, the reason why author thinks emojis are good is you can use them for anything. And then I would put a period. Then I would start off with, I believe they are fun and they can say what they mean for less. So you see how I use that second sentence starter, I believe? So you're going to have two sentences. This one that I have on here needs to be fixed, and I'll fix that when I come over here. So let's go ahead and put a period after anything. And then I'm going to capitalize. No, actually, I'm going to put in, I believe. Look at my sentence at the bottom. It's changing. I believe emojis are, it's not apostrophe S. Emojis are, I'm going to take out they because I've already put in emojis. I believe emojis are fun and they can say what they mean for less. And that's in here too. Okay. Now let's read the story. I see how I changed it from one sentence that had a run on. And then I've made it into 2 using sentence starters. So let me change this to the one that I chose that I like. According to the text, comma, the reason why the author thinks emojis are good is you can use them for anything. I believe emojis are fun and they can say what they mean for less. All right, so I'll give you about a minute. You're going to reread this, all about emojis. Emojis were first invented in Japan in the 1990s. These days, most people use emojis. There are almost 2,000 of them. You can find an emoji for almost anything. They let people express ideas with pictures. They can be a lot of fun and a good way to show someone how you feel without using words. That's the question, right? It said, what does the author think emojis are good? Why do they think? And that's the answer. Okay. Also, they help people say what they mean with less effort, which is a good thing. Even young kids who don't know how to read yet can understand them. So if your question at the top says, why does the author think emojis are good? You can say, according to the text, comma, the reason why the author thinks emojis are good is you can use them for anything. Then I put a period. Then I said my next statement, which is I believe emojis are fun and they can say what they mean for less. Okay. So now you know how to answer questions in a short constructed response. Remember the word portable. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the last question of the test, and it will have you type in a sentence. You need to make sure you use 2 of those sentence starters, either according to the text, comma, then you tell me where it is, like in paragraph, whatever. And then you say, I believe statement or I think statement. And then you use that at the ending. Okay. So I'll give you a few seconds to read I changed my response. I hope you found the errors. The response at the bottom is you use the sentence starter according to the text. Let me highlight those. You use according to the text, and you used I believe as your second sentence starter. Okay. So from now on, when you have a question that you need to ask and it's proof from the passage on a short constructed response on any of your future tests, you know to use these 2 to answer the question according to the text, comma, and I believe. Okay. All right. If you have any questions about this, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you for listening. And I hope you understand now how you are going to type out the correct sentences for these short constructed responses on your TFARS, interims, and STAR. Thank you so much.